how's it going? Okay, I think I'm live. I am going to show you guys how to apply the best of both worlds. My name is Kelly Shakarian. I am a Saint Beauty artist, and I love to educate on the best ways to apply your makeup for a beautiful, glowy, gorgeous look. And so if you're interested in what I do as an artist, please let me know. Or if you have any questions, let me see really quick. Nope. Okay, you're good. If you need your own custom color match, I professionally color match all my clients, and so you can go to my website and I can get you a color match, or just type color match in the comments below and I will be happy to get you a color match. So if you are watching this as a replay, just write #replay. Any questions that you have later on, even if you've watched this later, just put them down below and I will get to them. Okay. So I told you at the beginning, I'm going to show you kind of this fusion method of applying 3D foundation and Demi Colour. It's kind of the best of both worlds. And this is what my palette looks like. You can condense it into a tri or double layer palette if you want. I kind of just like to be able to see everything, so that's why I have this bigger palette. But you can build your palette however you like. But I like to make sure that I'm applying as little product on my face as possible, and so this method of application is going to give you just a really beautiful coverage that you want. You're still going to be able to hide all the things that maybe you don't want to see, like these blemishes or some scarring in here that I don't want to see, but I also get to play around with fun blushes and everything like that with 3D, so it's really the best of both worlds. Also, your under eyes are going to be the place that you have the most texture whenever you wear makeup, and so using Demi Colour to address those areas is going to be really beneficial. If you're not familiar with the products I'm using, I use Saint Beauty products, and Demi Colour is this colorful line right here, and you use Color Science to address the distraction on your face. And then 3D foundation are these tins down here that are cream foundations and contours and blushes. And so I really do love the look of Demi Colour Sculpt or Contour, and so that's what I did right here on my cheeks. It's kind of a warmer sculpt, and I'm going to take that around my hairline, and this is just adding dimension to your face. If you love contour or sculpt, write it in the comments below. It's like Spanx for your face. Am I right? Okay, so you can already see that that is giving shape and structure to my face without even doing anything else. And so the next thing that I want to do is contour my nose, and so I'm just going to take a smaller brush to do that. I really like the eyeshadow brush to contour your nose, as this kind of small end right here, and I go in and you want to focus on just creating two thin lines close together on the bridge of your nose, and the closer together those lines are, the slimmer your nose is going to appear. And then I just marry that into my brow, and you're really just wanting to create a natural shadow. Okay, so now I have that contour, and I used a Demi Sculpt for that as well. And then now I'm gonna add a little bit of bronzer, and I'm gonna show you guys one of the new bronzers that we got. It's called Tan Lines. It's this middle one right here. If you are a fan of Cayman bronzer, which is Saint Beauty's old powder bronzer, then you're going to love this color. Great on medium skin tones. Bella's just a little bit warmer, I would say, than Tan Lines. And then the next one to that is going to be Heat Wave, and this is going to be really beautiful on darker skin tones. Lighter skin tones can wear it. You're just going to have to really use it sparingly. and I just love the warmth that gives. I'll probably put that on my eyes in a little bit. Okay, and that is a 3D product. So I use Demi on my nose, and for sculpt and then for bronzing, which adds warmth to your face, I used a 3D product, and that will release on the 29th. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add in my blush, and I'm using this shape brush. This is a Demi brush, but I love this fluff. It's like a smaller fluffy end, and I love it. So now I'm gonna go into this color called Pop. I'm obsessed with this color. It just gives the most beautiful flush. And all their colors, lip and cheeks that are releasing at the end of the month are semi-glosses, which I think just give the most youthful look. Isn't that a pretty just pop of color? It's so pretty. Okay, and then so we've added all the color that we want to add to our face with the exception of lips. I'm gonna go ahead and finish adding that right now. I really love to use Demi Sculpt for my lips. And so I'm going into this, I have these two Demi Sculpts, and I'm gonna go into this darker, Steven's with the kids, so he's got them. Envy +1, and I'm just lining right on my edge of my lip, and you can see how much fullness that adds to my lip already. And then I'm gonna go right outside my vermilion border right here, kind of like marrying the two. Okay. And then I like to just kind of buff that in. And look at the fullness that contouring adds to your lips. It really is amazing what just a little bit of contour or sculpt can do to your lips. Now I'm just putting on a little bit of gloss. And I'm gonna put on that pop color in a little bit. Okay, so now this is kind of where the fusion of 3D and Demi comes to life. So I'm gonna go back to that smaller Demi brush. Where did I put it? It's right here in my hand. And I am going now into my 3D color right here, which is my brightening color. And I'm gonna take that down the center of my nose and brighten up the center of my nose contour. I'm just gonna flip that brush over and blend that in. And that just kind of perfects the nose contour. And then I'm gonna take the smaller end and just kind of start to add that to the places where I have not put any makeup. So again, the key with makeup in general is that you do not want to layer your products, okay? And then now I'm gonna go in to, I'm just gonna correct my chin. It's a little bit darker than the rest of my skin. And so I'm using a darker highlight right here called Mango to correct that redness. And you'll see that kind of just disappear right there. Uh-oh, Mackie's upset. Okay, and then now I'm gonna take the other end of this brush called the blend brush and go into my brightening highlight right here. And I'm gonna just put this just to like blend in everything. So anywhere where I do not have product, but I'm gonna avoid my under eyes because I am gonna do Demi on my under eyes. I'm gonna go on my jawline right here. And I'm not adding product where I put Mango, I'm just kind of using the extra. And then just kind of lightly going over this area. I'm not focusing a lot of that color on here. I'm just kind of focusing it out here and then blending it out. but I want to keep those areas as clear of product as possible because I'm going to do a little bit of Demi in there, and then just a little bit on my forehead right here. I have product on the sides, but not in the center. Okay, and that's all the 3D that I'm going to put on my face. Now I'm going to finish off with Demi. So I'm going to go into, I kind of live in this color range with Demi, which for the darkest areas on your face, which you can see where the shadows naturally hit right here on my skin, I'm going to use an orange, because if it's dark, that means that there's excess blue. And so I'm going to put, you can already see that literally going away before your eyes. The thing with skin is that we can't remove skin texture, but we can minimize shadowing. And so by removing the dark shadow, which dark means that it has some excess blue, we can trick the eye with light to show as if there is no bag there. So our face is just kind of all shadow. So if we reduce that shadow, now you can see my bag is way less visible than it was when we started. And then I'm also gonna go in here, I have a lot of kind of bluish green, so I'm gonna take this R01 just with the back end, and I'm just gonna lightly brighten up that area with my R01. And you can see my under eye is much brighter than where we started. I'm gonna take a little bit of this Y01 right here. And I see in my mirror, I can't see it on here, right in here, right under my eye, there's a little bit of vibrancy. So I know that I have some excess purple there, along with some excess blue. And so I'm just adding a little bit of yellow in those areas along with some orange to counteract that. And look how bright my under eye is now. Okay, now I'm just gonna spot correct a few of these blemishes right here. Hi honey, what's wrong? Want me to hold you? Okay, Mackie's gonna join our live. What's wrong, baby? I'm sorry. Okay, if you're gonna stay with me though, you can't cry. We're teaching people about our makeup. Can you say hi? Oh, okay. I just have a couple other areas. So I'm gonna go, these areas to me just look rather dark, not super dark. I'm gonna use just O1, which means orange with the opacity of 1 or level 1. Honey. Oh, what'd they take?
They took my fire grabber.
Your fire grabber?
My firepower.
Firepower? Oh, I hate when they take my firepower. Okay, so most of these spots are kind of just leftover blemishes that I'm correcting, and if they have a little bit of vibrancy, I'll go ahead and add that YO color, because that will take away, and you can see my jawline just evening out right there. I have one right here. There's some vibrancy to that, so I'm gonna get my YO one, and I'm just focusing right on that spot, and then I use the opposite end of my brush to take away the excess. And there you have kind of that fusion method. Huh?
What's that black?
The black is, it's a little tile where you can clean your brushes. Okay, so I'm gonna pop a little bit of that pop color on my lips. Can you just see that? It's like the lightest layer of makeup. And I'm blending kind of the two worlds. I honestly was kind of terrified to blend Demi and 3D together because I didn't know. I was kind of a Demi purist, but then I did it and I'm like, oh, it's kind of the best of both worlds, really. Okay, so you can see there I've got the color that I want on my face. If there's any harsh lines, you can just blend it out. I am gonna add a little bit of my illuminator, which is my cream illuminator, to the tops of my cheekbones. I would love if you guys wrote in the comments below what you use. Do you use Demi? Do you use 3D? And have you tried blending them together at all? Okay, one last quick step for my eyes. I'm just gonna add a little bit of bronzer to them for just a little bit of easy dimension. I just use my Bella bronzer, and I'm not trying to have crazy eyes today. I don't have time. I have a little sad bubba right here that I need to get to. And then I'm just gonna take some of that bronzer, put it under my eye. What do you think, Mac? Do you like my makeup? Yeah, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of that illuminator on the inner corner. If you want to use setting spray at this point, you can. You don't have to. If you want to set any of your shiny areas with some setting powder, you can. The middle of my forehead is always shiny, and my chin. So I just lightly touch those areas with some powder. I'll take a before and after picture of you so you guys can see kind of the finished product, but that is kind of the best both worlds with Demi and 3D. So I'll be kind of talking about this fusion method a little bit more, but if you want to know more about it, just write it in the comments below and I'll get back to you and I can help you kind of figure out how to blend your two lines together if that's something that you're interested in. And thanks so much for joining. I'll see you guys later. Say bye.